is a Bramble Jam podcast.
I was thinking the other day, what if it was March 2nd? You should take the day off. No, you caught it. It's not a home run. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Take the Day Off. The Daily Show, where we tell you to take the day off.
What else would we do here, 5 a.m.?
Not much.
You know, yesterday, Rig left us a note, said the crowd was low energy today. I don't know why he decided to tell us that.
Interesting.
But the crowd was low energy. He wasn't wrong.
No.
So we had Trace go out and find us some folks for the crowd. Trace, can you give us just a tidbit about 2 or 3 of the people in the crowd?
Yes, we have a few people here that I'm really excited about.
Good.
I met Farmer Jan. Farmer Jan married to Peter, but she's been lost for a few months.
Peter has or Farmer Jan?
Jan. She can't find her way back to the farm.
So she was just out on the street?
I told her I'd bring her back to the farm, brought her here.
So you lied to a woman that's been lost for weeks?
She seems pleased, though. She's loving the show.
She is clapping up in the stands.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Farmer Jan. Who else do you have?
I met Michael.
Michael?
He's French-Canadian.
Okay.
He was slathered in Canadian bacon. Brought him in here. Smells good.
Slathered?
Slathered.
Slathered is like a syrup or
Yes.
like Canadian bacon.
He took Canadian bacon. He rubbed it all over his body.
But the bacon's not there
Bacon's
anymore?
not there. Just the remnants of the
So
juice and whatnot.
slathered in Canadian bacon grease.
Canadian bacon goodies, if
Goodies.
you will.
Okay. Did you give him a lick on the way in?
Oh, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got one more?
Corey.
Corey's here?
Yeah.
What?
He's an accountant down the street.
He just wanted to come
He
in.
just wanted to come in.
5 a.m.
It's a busy season for him, and he just wanted a little break a breather.
Break a breather. It is a busy season for him, break a breather, for sure.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Cor.
Thanks, Cor. Cor, Farmer Jan, Mikkel, it's good to have all of
And
you
Farmer
here.
Jane has not stopped clapping.
She's still clapping.
Unbelievable.
Man.
She's great.
I'm worried about Farmer Jan.
Yeah, we'll get you. We'll find your farm.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Whew.
It's March 2nd, everybody, and it is National Old Stuff Day.
National Old, that sounds like you made that up right now. What have we had today? Old about antiques. What have we said? National Antique Day. No, let's call it old stuff.
It is National Old Stuff Day, everybody.
Wow.
Very exciting day to celebrate all those old things you have lying around your house. Might be wondering, how do I take this day off? We'll give you some hints in just a second. But yesterday, I have been looking for a certain pair of knickers. And I went into a Goodwill to see if there was the certain pair. It's an old pair. I can't find it in the news stores, like the Old Navy and whatnot. Despite the name Old Navy, only new stuff. It's very frustrating.
Very confusing.
So I went into a Goodwill looking for the knickers, and I found them. And as I always do with any sort of clothing at Goodwill, is I searched the pockets.
Yeah.
For treasure.
You always search the pocket.
For treasure, drugs, anything. And I found a piece of paper, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be like a map, a treasure map. It wasn't. It was just a piece of paper. The letterhead was from Whitmore University.
Okay.
And it just said, written in ink, Dan knows about National Old Stuff Day.
That is a wild story. I do think the word you use for pants should be retired.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous one.
It's a dangerous one. I don't know why you chose it.
Because I always like to bust out my vocab
your
skills.
vocab's great.
Because you are always correcting me on grammar, but that doesn't mean that I don't know words.
It does, kind of.
Well, whom are you? What do you know about it?
I do, in fact. And, you guys think Antiques Roadshow was the original version of these people telling others that the stuff in their garage was or was not of value. But they're actually, before then, in the 60s, was Old Stuff Radio. Now, Old Stuff Radio was a show where this guy named, I believe his name was Gale Feathers. I don't know why, but Gale Feathers would have people in the studio, and he would berate them verbally if they brought him something that was not of value. So it was a very high risk proposition, but people from all over would be like, I'm going to go take my stuff to Gale Feathers for Old Stuff Radio. And so Old Stuff Radio ran for 5 years on the FM dial. And you could find it. It was syndicated nationwide, and people would bring stuff in to see if Gale thought it was worth money or not. And if he didn't, he would just yell and scream at them until they would leave in just a pile of tears. And so that was kind of the origin story for that. And then they finally fired Gale for what amounts to getting a flamethrower out and torching someone's car because he said it was a useless piece of junk. They did establish National Old Stuff Day in the process. Bram, back to you.
That's a beautiful story.
Right? Old Stuff Radio.
Old Stuff Radio. Yes, that is what I'm also seeing here, if you can believe it. That story is what I'm seeing here. This day is really to celebrate the over 25,000 secondhand stores that are in the United States today.
You got it.
Many of those are doing wonderful things for the community, giving back,
That's right.
helping produce jobs, whatever it might be. And I think, if you don't mind, that today would be best suited going through our houses and getting rid of some of those old stuff. Get a junk pile.
So you're telling people to take the day off, take their hard-earned time off of work to do like spring cleaning?
Yes. But here's why.
Okay,
One, we're
all
getting
right.
close to spring. But
Yep.
two, you might discover something very exciting.
But what if you don't?
I'll
What
tell
if
you a
just
story.
spend the day spring
I'll
cleaning?
tell you a story.
If this ends with you getting like a $20 bill or something, it's a dumb story.
No. 10 years ago. I'm moving out of my house.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready
Moving
to
out.
I'm getting ready to go out on my own.
That's right.
And I'm cleaning up my room, and I'm in my closet cleaning, moving
I'm
stuff
sorry,
around.
Mama.
And I discovered behind a chest that has been there for a while, like a, you know,
You have torsos in your closet. You're doing so well.
yes, a door,
A little door?
a little door.
Okay.
I opened it up. I went in.
Yeah.
It was big enough for me to crawl in.
Yeah, yeah.
And I found bins full of pictures of people that I don't know. Some were funny, some were inappropriate, some were scary. I'll never forget that day. So never, I'll look at this camera. So never just think of cleaning and going through old stuff as spring cleaning, because you never know what it will turn into.
It's a cool story, man. What do we ask people?
In 1820,
you're gonna do
secondhand
this,
shop. I gotta give the histories. In 1820, secondhand shopping began in America. Charity fairs, often hosted by churches, began to rebrand secondhand shopping as a charitable act. And in 1902, Goodwill Industries was founded by Reverend Edgar J.
Morrow.
Helms. And in 1919, thrift shops were coined. The term thrift shops. It was the first recorded use of that term was in 1919. And just a decade later, the Great Depression would lead Goodwill to open over 200 stores nationwide.
And then Macklemore wrote the song. The rest is history.
I once bought a couch very early on in my leaving of the house. I bought a couch from a Goodwill.
One of my roommates bought one when we got our first apartment, when I had my first apartment.
And it was a very good deal for this couch. It was like less than $20, and it was a nice looking couch. And I asked the guy, I said, why is this only $20? Is someone like, I didn't ask about it. It's like someone dying or something. And I remember this clear as crystal. He said, you get a good deal at the Goodwill.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I realized early on that like my standard of what constituted a living room furniture just shot exponentially through the roof as soon as I got married.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like before
Yes.
then, it's like, does it sit?
It's like, oh, bloodstain, no problem.
Does it
Cover
fit?
it up.
Does it sit?
Yeah.
I'm in. Yeah. Green. Can we get some paisley over here? Plaid in the corner. Yeah. The whole set's for $40. Yeah, let's do it.
And this is one more thing is kind of how like eBay and Craigslist and stuff and Facebook Marketplace has revolutionized the, thrifting and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I stumbled upon a guy whose full-time job at this point is going to thrift stores in the area and finding name brand clothes, buying them and reselling them on eBay. And he is making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year doing that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Dare to dream, everybody.
We should do that instead of this.
Dare to dream. We will be back after this break to talk about what is something old in your house that you think might be worth a lot of money.
I love it.
We're going to get to that in just a second, but first we're going to take a quick break here on Day to Day. Welcome back, everybody.
Boy.
We're talking about old stuff that might help you buy new stuff because it's worth a lot of money. Dan, do you have anything in your
So
possession?
does it have to be in my actual house? Can it be my parents' house?
It could be in
that's
your parents'
mine?
house.
I'll
allow it.
I have a Babe Ruth card, which
Wow.
when I had it when I was growing up, it was worth a lot of money, and then nobody cared about cards. But I hear that trading cards, collectibles, are making a huge comeback, and so I would assume that it's probably worth a few $1,000s at least. I mean, like a lot of money, I don't know, but it's probably worth something, like something more than what I have. Yeah, I would go with that. That's the first thing that came to mind, I would say. What about you?
I mean, I don't have a lot. I mean, I have like a few thousand Bitcoins lying around in a sack somewhere.
Do
but I
you?
mean, aside from that, nothing.
Dude, the physical Bitcoins are the best kind.
So you want to know what's crazy?
I do.
About Bitcoin. I listened to this podcast about this guy because you have Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
And it's all connected to a key, a number. Of,
That's right.
A serial. And you need that number to be able to access your Bitcoin.
That's right.
So what a lot of people do is they save it onto an actual physical thing. So you have like a note, and then you save it to a hard drive and store that away or something. And this guy got into Bitcoin early on, had so much, and he had it saved on on a flash drive of sorts that he kept locked away. Got it stolen, and so he has no way of accessing his
all of his Bitcoin's gone.
Yep.
Wow.
But like you also need you need a password to be able to access, even if you have
So no one's accessing.
it's just there's just a bunch of Bitcoin that's out there that
floating
no one
around
has
in
access
space.
to.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
How about cryptocurrency? Am I right?
Wild.
Holly says some old Beanie Babies, maybe. I don't know if Beanie Babies. I don't know. Maybe they are worth something now. Go on eBay really quick and look up Beanie Babies.
Okay.
Are they going for anything? Because that was such a bizarre time.
Yes, it's like GameStop now.
Yeah. But like it was just like there was just this.
Holy Hades!
Really?
Valentino Bear,
Okay.
$20,000.
What?
That's the price list.
But is it like?
Wait for it. Princess the Bear. Princess the Bear is the most valuable Beanie Baby. How much is it?
Is it for auction? Is it auctioning right now, or is it a buy it now?
This just is the first thing that came up as this is the 2019 Beanie Baby.
They're still making them?
Well, this is how much they're worth in 2019.
Oh, I see. Princess what?
Princess the Bear.
Princess the Bear.
That's right.
I don't know. Well, I wouldn't think anything would be worth over 20,000, but apparently it is. So I'll go big. I'll go 100,000.
It's worth more than 100,000.
Stop it! Stop it!
Princess the Bear.
Millions?
Not million.
Okay. 250.
It's worth more than 250.
Stop it. 500.
It's worth $500,000.
Stop it.
Princess the Bear is worth $500,000. $500,000. So whoever said that on Take the Day Off, if you have maybe a Princess the Bear, you send us like a finder's fee. Just sell it and then give us, 50. I think 50 grand is fair.
You get into such a because it's like, is there one for sale on eBay right now? Like,
I don't know. Let's see. Princess
the
Bear Beanie Baby. Let's see what I can find.
While you're doing that, Colleen says pearls that my grandmother gave me, which my grandfather had given her on one of their wedding anniversaries. #wear your pearls.
So this says Princess the Bear was a Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
Oh, daggum.
But there are a ton on eBay ranging from $4 to $29.50.
Huh. So where's the $500,000?
I don't know. Because there's a mint one for $15 here. And then there's one for $10,000. I don't think it's worth $500,000. I don't know where that website gets off, because I don't know. I just don't. How much is a Princess the Bear Beanie Baby worth?
How about this one? Tinder Daddy says, I used to have a bunch of the original first edition Pokemon cards when they first came out, but my grandmother believed that they were the devil. It made me throw them away. I vividly remember my dad bought a PSA 10 Charizard for Christmas in 2000 for $50, and that bad boy would have given me tendies for life.
Wow, the old Charizard.
But the devil, it's the devil. I don't disagree.
So this is weird. A
you're
lot
still on
of
Beanie
copies
Babies?
of Princess the Bear have been made by, like, China made a bunch.
Oh.
And so if you have a first edition Princess Diana Beanie Baby,
How do you prove it's first edition?
they have PVC pellets that can be found on the label. The hang tag should not have a space above Diana. It should have a bright white rose and a bright green stem. Only 1 in 12 were released to retailers in 1998. So there's like...
But all of those things sound like things that you could replicate.
recreate. Yeah. But
Like-
those sell in between 10 and 100K, according to this. But there's only 12 of them.
Wow.
But that's really rare. Yeah. Man, I learned a lot about Beanie Babies. When's National Beanie Baby Day?
Do you remember the lollipops that if you found an Indian, you got a free lollipop? Do you
I
remember
don't know
that?
what you're talking about, but it sounds racist.
Yeah, probably. You don't remember this?
No.
It was like Tootsie Pops or something, and if you found an Indian on it, you got a free Tootsie Pop.
That sounds just terrible.
I understand what it sounds like.
I've never heard of it, Bran. I've not heard of it.
Look it up.
I'm not. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Lollipop.
Free lollipop with Indian.
Free lollipop with Indian found.
Yeah. Sarah says a Bible from 1836.
Okay.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Larry Jackson says, I have some baseball cards that I have not looked at in 15 years. Probably not worth anything. So kind of like you, like it's just hard to know like what.
Oh, I have like 15,000 baseball
What do you
cards.
got?
The internet is upset that a long-standing Tootsie Pop rumor has been debunked. Ever since Tootsie Pop was created in 1931, there has been a widespread myth that wrappers which depicted a star shooting from the bow and arrow of a Native American man could get you a free Tootsie Pop.
That's right.
That is not real.
But like I did it. I vividly remember back when I lived in Maine, there was the old general store down the street. I found one. I went down there. I got a free one. Maybe I made it up in my mind.
Maybe you did make it up in your mind.
Did any like? Well, one, was it real? Like
Tootsie Roll Pop Industries spokesperson confirms it today that the company has provided a clear message on its website for nearly a decade disproving the legend of the star. However, a recent BuzzFeed article has since brought this rumor back into the collective candy conscious of many avid readers. Unfortunately, we don't know how this rumor started, and Tootsie Roll Industries has never actually honored this promotion. In fact, the shooting star appears on 1 in every 4 to 6 Tootsie Pop wrappers, just as frequent as other images appear. We do believe the star is a sign of good luck to come, but nothing else.
So it is a thing that is on. So I wonder
But it
if
doesn't get you a free. But maybe
I wonder if there were stores.
Was like,
I
yeah,
wonder if there were stores that actually did honor it.
here's a free pop.
Here's a free pop. Why not? It's a
Yeah, I
free
don't know.
pop.
That's crazy.
Andrea says, my grandmother's toothpick holder that is made of real gold and crystal from the early 1900s.
That makes no sense.
Why you need a gold and silver toothpick holder? Is what I want to know. We did it, everybody. Sorry, we spent a lot of time on
we
Beanie
sure did. We
Babies.
sure
What
did.
can you do?
We sure did.
We're going to leave you with a haiku, and we will be back tomorrow with another exciting day where we will ask you this question. It's a very simple question. What's your go-to when you want to be happy? What's your go-to?
What's your go-to when you
want to be
happy?
happy? We'll talk about that. We'll cheer each other up tomorrow. Until then, take the day off.
This is from Kira Romans. Sugar Ray is bomb. Riggs said he loves Mark McGrath, but Trace thinks he's dumb.
Darn tootin'!
Boy, if that isn't the gospel truth, I don't know what is.
He's overrated!
You're overrated
You
as
are.
a person.
No, you are!
There is no way to overrate God.